Okay, here's the latest truck I bought. It's a 52 Chevy. Now the first thing you notice is that rust on there, and I know it's getting pretty bad on both sides, but I do have an extra hood, so it shouldn't be too bad. A little dent there. Someone slammed the... Usually the wind catches the door and that's what bends that. The cap corner had a little bit of rust. Wood box I'll be taking off. The wood ain't too bad on here. It's been sitting inside since the farmer I bought it from said 1973. They're tearing the building down, so that's what they got rid of the truck. And oh yeah, there's a little bit of rust on this door too. I don't know if a raccoon or something chewed through that, but that's about as bad as they come. I got an extra door. It's green, so hopefully it matches up pretty good, but other than that, it didn't really rust through anything. Interior just needs to be vacuumed out a little bit and be as good as new here. So this will be the next project here, and next step is to get her backed up, and we'll get that box off and go from there. Okay, got the box sides off, and that was super easy. They just all slid off. There was just one little bolt on each side that held through that hole there on both sides that held it there. Yep, found the license plate in the back, 1973. All this wood is good, so I'm going to try to recycle as much as possible of everything. I'm going to wedge in a board up here, cut off both of these cylinders, and then tip this box straight up, and then cut off that bracket right there on both sides and just flip it straight over onto the top of this bed, and we'll go from there. So next step would be to get the torch out and we'll start a cutting. Okay, that came off pretty easy. Still got to take off this hydraulic cylinder. I'll have to cut the brackets that hold it on. I already cut the hoses, but they were able to cut the pins for that and came right off. Try to salvage at least these big, thick, I suppose these would be 4x8s, or I suppose that's about what they'd be called. So I'll try to get that all pieced together, and we'll get this truck pushed forward and cleaned up and go from there. Okay, it's been a couple weeks since I filmed the first little chunk of these videos, but got an extra hood, had a parts hood, have an extra door. It ain't all rusted out. I suppose I could try to fix this, but I think it's pretty much shot. So I did put some WD-40 on these screws, so hopefully they're not super rusted. And remember, this hood, I did WD-40 those bolts too, and this thing is, I mean, it's all the way rusted through, so hopefully the paint matches up. It should be halfway close. So I'm going to throw these on real quick and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, finally got the door on. Maybe when it cleans up it'll be, yeah, it's probably not going to match perfect, but this one's not rusted out, and I struggled with this door. I still got to do some adjusting, and what I did was took these screws off and pulled it out, but this top hinge, I had to watch a YouTube video. You got to leave this in. You're supposed to take these screws out, and there's a bar in here. You pull the door off and then slide it back on, because it's impossible to get this slid in with the door on. So if you're gonna do this, watch a video first so you know how to do it, or you're just gonna struggle and you're so. But I got it. The hood, I need to adjust it some, but it looks like it's gonna match up pretty good. But so that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna push it in the shed. It's too cold out here to give it a bath, and I just noticed I'll have to maybe get some pinstriping, maybe put a stripe along there to match it up a little better, but we'll get it cleaned up in the shop here and go from there. Okay, let's see if this paint's gonna be halfway close matching here. Just using a Scotch-Brite pad. It looks pretty close there. So when it dries here, we'll see for sure. Here, I'll pause here. Let's go try the door, see how close that'll be. Well, that ain't even remotely close. This door looks like it's blue. So I think I might have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to try. I have extra doors. I'm gonna have to go grab another door and throw that on here. And well, it looked like it was green, but let me try in the middle here quick. I'll be damned. That door is definitely a blue door. So that is not going to work. So I'm going to have to, I have extra doors. I'll go grab another one and we'll throw that on and start over again. Okay, here's the second door I have. I had this laying around. It came off an old truck I had. It has some Bondo in the door, but I think I'll just add character to this old truck here. We'll see if the yeah, I think that's going to match up a lot better. So, but before I keep cleaning the truck here, I got to clean the interior out first. That's years of animal feces. It looks like dirt. It's probably a mixture of dirt and feces. But I want to get this cleaned out first before it gets all wet. It's easier to clean and vacuum this out first. So that's going to be the next step. Okay, got the inside vacuumed up. Amazingly, the floor wasn't rotted out, so that was a nice surprise. See, it wasn't too bad, but it's definitely have to be reupholstered. I did notice the step has some rust on. I think I have an extra one, or I mean, it ain't super bad, but I still should clean under there a little bit, but other than that, didn't turn out too bad. Now I'll start working on the outside and use some soap and water. We'll get it all cleaned up and see how it turns out. Okay, time to put some linseed oil on. Here's the brand I use. It's Sunnyside boiled linseed oil. In one of these gallon containers, you can do roughly 10 trucks. I just poured some in a bowl here. They don't take much at all, just a nice light coat here, and it shines up this paint so nice. And this linseed oil, along with everything I've used for cleaning this truck here, can be found in the description. I have links there for Amazon. If you purchase anything on there, I get a small cut of it, and it all helps towards purchasing these trucks and fixing them up for the channel, so it's all appreciated. But yeah, look how shiny that gets. So I'm going to keep doing that and we'll go from there. Okay, just start on the passenger side door. I forgot to say, before I put the linseed oil on, I wiped it down with Prep All. That gets all the dust, wax, dirt, everything off the paint before you apply the linseed oil. If you don't do that, you can get like smear marks and whatnot, but no, it's been going on really good. The thing is with linseed oil, it's not permanent. You can take some soapy water and wipe it right off, compared to some of those wipe-on clear coats. So if I would have been putting this on here and some of these, this is starting to chip. If that chips off a little chunk, you'd have to go in with a little brush and try to put it back on because it's permanent. This stuff, you can take some soapy water, wipe it off, and apply another coat, and you're good to go. So far I'm really happy with it. So I'm going to keep doing this and see how she turns out. Well, here's how it turned out. I think it turned out pretty good. First, the hood, there was all rusted along there. This parts hood actually blended in pretty good. Of course, it starts snowing the second I start filming here, but put some Armor All on the tires, some paint on the rims. That sun visor I had off the parts truck, I just threw it on there. I think it looks pretty good. I just took some my little paintbrush and painted on here, and I tried to sand it off, try to blend in that pinstripe along there. And this door, I was gonna throw it away. It had a bunch of Bondo on it, but I don't know, it sort of blends in. At least it's not all rusted out. Interior wise, just put a seat cover on there for now. That's gonna have to be reupholstered. Steps, I had some spray on bed liner. I just used for that. It was rusted, so but I think I have a part step somewhere, but for now I just use that spray on bed liner. Linseed oil sure does a nice job. And if you don't like it, you can always wash it off. That's the beauty of it. The other side's similar, just seat cover. Yeah, luckily the floor wasn't all rusted out. That was a nice surprise. Whoops. Nice bed liner along this side too on this step. I think it turned out pretty good. Saved another one from the junkyard here. Yeah, I got a couple parts boxes. I was thinking this morning possibly building a dually box here. Maybe extend the fenders out here, and you can let me know what you think in the comments. I think that looks sort of cool, or maybe building our little flatbed for it. Another project for another day, but pretty sweet truck. Well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.